Good morning everybody and welcome back to the channel. So today I've come to a local area. It's Greenmeadow Community Farm in Cwmbran. So I'll just show you around and show you the car park. So we're right at the entrance by here, and this is their main car park. And it's got some disabled spaces right up the top there by the gates. There's not a massive car park, and you can see this is a normal day. It's got quite a few people in it. But just across the road, on the other side of the roundabout, just down by here, there's a bit of an overflow car park over there if this main one is full. I have noticed they got this lovely big new sign out the front. And there is a bit of an information board across by there, so I'll just show you that now. So that's just a bit of history about the farm. How it's here, etc, etc. You can pause to read that if you wish. Okay, so let's make it across this car park and see what we can see on this one. So when I was a little kid, that hut by there used to be the ticket office, and that gate by there used to be the way up to the farm. But since they've just, well, saying that hut's been closed a long time, you can get your tickets from inside the actual farm. But since they've had this little redevelopment, there's now a new little gate by here, which goes this way up to the farm. And the pond, which at the moment doesn't have anything in it, is by there, and they've moved that. I'm sure it was somewhere up by here somewhere, but obviously now it's there. And we get our first look down the farm. But we got to go this way to the farmhouse to get our tickets. So there's a closer look of the farm by there, and there's a lot of new buildings that I can see here already. But it looks like the, I don't know if they're workers or contractors, but they're in the middle of planting a new garden up by here. So this is what you see when you just come into the entrance of the main farm building. I'm guessing that's where you get your tickets, but we haven't got our tickets yet because you can actually come into the cafe free of charge. So this is the new cafe. It's actually quite nice and posh. We even got the log burner in here, which will be nice during the winter. So to give you an idea of what they sell and the prices, I mean, obviously the pricing is subject to change as they are for anyone. I don't know if you can see that with a light.
Is that your favourite? Is it your favourite? Yes, please. Thank you very much. That's lovely.
Always time for a coffee on an Explore. Isn't that right? So just next to the front desk, there is a bit you can go down, and I think this is additional seating for the cafe, or it could even be the restaurant. But this is where the cafe used to be. And this has also been done up, and it also has a fireplace in the corner. So you will find plenty of seating, but also I spot for the guys who want to come and work on their laptops, there are plugs on the floor down there. So I imagine you can use them when you're having your meal or your coffee. And I think that door there goes through into the kitchen, so I won't go in there. And there is more seating downstairs, but that looks out of bounds currently. So I know we were just in the farmhouse, but we've had to quickly come outside and go just down behind the farmhouse because they've got a bit of a milking demonstration going on. So I'll show you that. And some of the demonstrations are actually in this building by here.
So this is Lottie, and you can see Lottie is very well trained, maybe because she knows she's getting more food. Now Lottie is 6 years old and was born here at the farm, and her breed is a British Friesian, which is a type of dairy cow. Right, let's lock her in. There we go. So we need to work out now where on Lottie's body the milk comes from. Do you have any little volunteers who want to come up to the front? Point out where on Lottie's body does the milk come from. Do you know? She's been up in her bed. She's not like us, so there might be some straw or some poo stuck to her teeth. There we go. Nice and clean. Now we need to check out that Lottie's milk is nice and healthy this morning, so we're just going to do something called stripping the milk. Woo! And we're checking for any lumps or bumps, any smells. There we go. You guys can practice on your finger. Give your finger a little wiggle. Make the letter L with your other hand and pop them together, and you can give them a little squeeze like that. Now that's exactly how we're doing that now with Lottie. Let's give us some more breakfast. So we're going to use the machine this morning, everyone, to milk Lottie. And there's some lust in here. So my little volunteers want to come down and have a little feel of this. So this is what we're putting. 4 pulsators, that little hoover is going to be taking the milk out of Lottie's udder and into the tank. So I'm going to pop this on. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that little hoover now is going to be gently taking the milk out of Lottie's udder and into the tank. There we go. So Lottie needs 3 things to produce milk. The most important thing is what she's currently living with under the barn, which is her baby calf called Rowena. And Rowena is 2 months old. Obviously being a mammal, Lottie is then producing milk to feed her young. And the next thing she needs is this. So this is what Lottie has for her breakfast. Does it look like your breakfast? Do you think you'd eat something like that? I actually think you would. Okay?
And after she's finished being milking, they allow you to go up and have a little look, feel the milk and give the cow a scratch. Just in the corner of this barn is where they keep their ferrets. I don't know if this is their permanent home, but they're here for the minute. And there's some of the times of things going on at the farm. So it actually looks like there is a little shed outside of that barn where the milking demonstration was, where the ferrets are kept. So that bit I saw inside must be where they put them away at night, or when the weather's not good, or when they're closed, perhaps. So they're reunited after their milking experience, which the daughter wasn't too pleased with. So just outside of that barn, this is clearly where they park their tractor trailer. So this will be the trailer, I'm imagining, that takes you around the farm. The tractor though is AWOL. So we're off through under the tunnel. And just the other side of this tunnel, I believe there's a brand new play park. Hopefully there's not too many kids around there and we can take a look at that. Now obviously we're not allowed to go this way. This must be where they store their tractor, and I can see another trailer over by there, so it might be that one they use to go around the farm actually. But then just up this hill by here, that's where this new park is. Let's go take a look at that, shall we? And there is the said tractor, just on its way. So this is a nice little corner of the park to let the kids enjoy themselves. And there's some benches up by there on the hill for the adults. That's pretty cool. It looks like it's made out of metal. It's like a bee on a flower. Not a bad slide actually, that's quite steep. So this is the upper part of that little play park. Bit of a climbing frame by there. And a smaller little park up on the top by here as well, for the littler kids. So I like the way they've sectioned that out. I think the bigger kids might come up here to have a go on that though. Is there anything in the well? But I should hope not, otherwise you'll be losing your kids. And that's obviously the section they've designed for the bigger children. So obviously that section I just filmed over there a minute ago. The only way you can actually access that is on the back of the tractor. I don't believe that's open to pedestrians, especially with the amount of signs there are. So let's see if we can get a look in the soft play and a couple of the other buildings and show you what they're for. This is one of the big new barns. Well, obviously they keep a little selection of animals. We'll get inside here now and give you a little look around. So this barn is one way in, one way out, and this is the way in. They have got the little windows across the bottom for the little ones to see in these pens, but obviously because it's video, I'll show you over the top. Hmm?
No.
Are you little Miss Piggy or little Mr. Piggy?
Oh, the piggies.
It must be Miss Piggy because that's all its young over there underneath the heat lamp. And next in this barn we're on to the all-time favourite, a Shetland pony. I think everybody loves a pony. You're not up to much, you? Nope. Not wanting to know me today. Maybe the donkeys might be a bit more friendly. Absolutely not. Already eating his dinner. Not interested in me. Oh, this one wants to be mates. Are you friendly? You're not going to bite me? Oh, yeah. And there's all his mates. And some badger face sheep. Now you can see why they get their name, can't you? And that's pretty cool, isn't it? You're wondering what I got, haven't you, matey? Nope. No?
Look.
He's after the food here, Jasmine.
Give him some there.
Now, apparently these are called Jacob sheep. So they are friendly if you can get close enough to them to give them a bit of a stroke. And finally, in the end of the barn, you've got some coloured Ryland sheep. Now obviously this is a farm, so when you're walking through places like that, through barns, you can expect a couple of iffy smells. And just in this section, this is where you'll find the old Rex. And he's had a completely new paint job by Tea Sugar, I believe. I will find out online and I'll put it on the screen exactly who did it. But sadly, I don't think he's working. I don't know if there are plans to get him working. But for anyone who grew up coming to this farm, there's a bit of nostalgia for you. You can't actually get into there at the moment because it's not complete, as you can see by the ground. But when it is, you will be able to. And of course Trevor the tractor is still a thing up on the hill by there. I won't get any closer though so as not to identify the little kids. But he's definitely still there and he looks like he's had a new paint job. And we've got some chickens in here. We'll go up and see if there's any inside for you. Plucky poultry. Let's get inside, see if there's any inside or if they're all outside.
Four. 3 black.
So we've just come up from that barn down by there. And that's where all the farm buildings are. But first of all, let's go across and see some rabbits. And I was told there are going to be some giant rabbits a bit further down the side. I will show you where in a bit. But for the minute, we do have some normal ones, although he does look fairly big. I see what we can see the domestic rabbits, unless that's what's already outside. You can just see some in that green house with there. And what's next door? Some rabbits. But you can see building hasn't long taken place, so grass is yet to grow in. Some animals are still being acclimatized before they can be put on display. Now let's show you some of these farm buildings up here. So right by here is actually going to be an ice cream parlour. Obviously we're not the season or the weather for that. This looks like it's going to have a couple of small animals in here. I don't know, I imagine guinea pigs or rabbits, maybe even hamsters. They got a model of the dragon by there. But there's no signs on this fence yet, so we don't know what's going to be in here. That's meant to be a little model of the farm by there. And of course the main barn's down there. Oh, you can get a little bit of a better view of the tractor by there now. And that's just there for the kids to jump on and pretend they're a farmer. There's tortoise in there. I believe they're tortoise. I might be wrong. I don't see, no, I don't see a sign anywhere. But maybe tortoise, maybe turtles, I'm not sure. I don't think we can go any further around this way. But I think this is the rear entrance to the event hall. If that's unlocked, I will give you a sneak peek. I have already seen in there, because I was given a little bit of a walk around by one of the workers to explain a few things, which I will tell you what I can in this video as we're walking around. So hopefully we can get it in the front door in case maybe someone locked it, but we'll have a go. So we just came from by there, and that end one there looks like a bit of an office. Maybe it's an indoor place to eat your ice cream, because the ice cream parlour is right on the end there. And in this room here, I was told that sometimes they hold the cuddle corner inside there. If it's quiet or busy, I can't remember which way around it was. This up by here, that's where they hold their events, so that would be weddings and things like that. I will try and show you in there. And that end one over by there, that's Cuddle Corner, the official Cuddle Corner. So that's where you can go in any time of day and see the animals inside in their little pens. But obviously there are certain times of day where a member of staff comes and gets them out and you can have a little stroke and a play with them. I'll show you a close-up of in our room now. So as you can see, in there is just a nice fair-sized room, a couple of benches, and I believe he said there was some tables that could be upturned and they would be used to keep the animals in whilst you have a little stroke. But for some reason right next door to that there's not a sign that I've seen, but that's actually where the toilets are, men's and women's. So we're right at the back side of the cafe now. The doors are closed by there, but I imagine in better weather it's going to be open. So you can come and sit out here. And this is the room where they hold their events. So this is their event room. And it's very pretty. It's not done up at the minute. Obviously this is just how they store it when it's not in use. But apparently they do it up quite nicely when there's an event in here. And that's the door back there that we saw from the outside. And just up those steps by there, and obviously there is a lift as well, there's the door. That's where they actually take all of the schools. It's just a big room with a big table. I imagine that's where they have their dinner and where they get told some of the rules when they come here. So we are now inside Cuddle Corner. That one's empty, but I'm sure there was something in there earlier. I can't see what's in there, but that looks like it would be a snake. But there's nothing in there at the minute. Chinchillas. Well, the sign says chinchillas, but they definitely look like rabbits to me. Maybe the chinchilla is what's supposed to be in there. He might actually be in there in his little house down on the floor. And of course there are lower levels for the kids to see through. I think that's a little hamster. Just see him in the corner, he's nice and white. No sign though. But he's definitely in there. Now there's a bearded dragon in here. But can you spot him? Okay. He's right on top of the Outback sign. Right there. He's actually quite a small one. They actually get about 3 times bigger than that. And then over by here, now some people are scared of these ones, but inside here is rats. Now I saw them a second ago, but now I can't see them. They're probably inside all of their housing. So what I said about them using another room for Cuddle Corner sometime, that's exactly what we're going to do today. So let's go back down and see what's inside that room, shall we? Which is next to the toilet again, just this door by here. So let's go in and get a spot. So what I was saying earlier about the tables, the middles actually come off the tables and they put the animals in the middle for you to go up and see.
To weigh me out, I feel like I'm going to topple it.
Look, Cwmbran.
See if they're having a little chew. They might be. I know, we didn't more to drink.
So that was pretty cool, where they put some of the animals in between the centres of the tables, and now the kids have a stroke and feed them some carrots. I didn't spend too much time in there filming them. I just gave you the gist of it because you don't really want to be filming lots of other people's kids. So there is a little bit of another coffee shop in here that sells certain biscuits and sweet treats. And that is another little play centre up there. I don't want to get too close with all those kids, but you can see what it's about. And they have got some farm merchandise by there you can buy as well.
That's what I was thinking about.
and just get a little sneak peek once the kids aren't running around so much. So next to those rabbits by there, including that rather big one, which I think might be a giant rabbit, which I was told they're going to get more of, there's another little rabbit by there. And it's a really furry one. Obviously there's no sign out here. The sign would have been inside the house by there. And of course we saw these ones on the inside, didn't we? There's a grey rabbit up there. Very pretty little rabbit, that one. Now this is where I was told, if I remember correctly, is where the giant rabbits are going to go when they arrive. So that'll be quite a nice little area to watch them jumping over the houses. And we're on our way down this side of the farm now, and I don't think there's many animals out because, like I mentioned previously, a lot of them are still acclimatizing to the new farm, so they haven't put them in their enclosures because it would just be cruel on them to expose them to the public when they don't know whether they're coming or going yet. And there is a nice barn down by here as well, and I think he said they were going to do that barn up when they do events. And events are coming back to the farm. There'll be the Halloween and Christmas events and maybe other events too. There is a place to wash your hands in this little barn as well. But I think that would be pretty cool as a, I don't know, a Santa's grotto. I don't know if those sorts of things are going to happen here, mind. Or you could set it up as a little scare house during Halloween. And right opposite, that's where they just keep all their tools in that shed by there, I believe. But they do have bees on the farm. Now obviously you can't visit them and you can't pet them. Not unless you want to be in a whole world of trouble. But they're just behind this fence by here. See if we can take a little peek over. And there they are, beehives. And they actually are active. Surprisingly, I wasn't expecting them to be active this time of year. I'll see if I can zoom in a little bit for you now, and you can hopefully see them all flying about. But we are right by the main bottom field, which at the moment, like I mentioned, is empty. But it won't be. In the bottom corner of that field is a little barn, house, night stable. I don't know what it's going to be, but at the minute it is empty. Now down there is the way to another little play park, but we're going to take you this way to see you, to show you even some animals which you may not know are here. I wonder what they're going to put in that far enclosure over by there, where it's got a little bridge, some slides. I think goats might quite like to be over there. Now this one's quite a long enclosure. I think this one might be for pigs, because that definitely looks like a pig house to me. Now, I've just seen on the side of this shed a sign that says in memory of a certain donkey. So maybe they're going to have some donkeys down here. I don't know if they'd be in this enclosure. I don't think donkeys would want to slide, so I don't think they'd be over by there. But we're headed this way. And this is a new little piece down by here. Like a woven little wigwam. Right down the bottom of that main field, you can just see the farm right up by there. There's this little section by here. Now I'll be honest, until today I didn't even know this bit existed or was even part of the farm. And they've left this bit a little wild, and that's entirely intentional. They wanted this bit to be as natural as it could be, really. And we got some little friends in this field down by here, which are always a favourite, and we're unsure if they're going to be staying down in this field or whether they'll be moved. But at least for now, these are also getting used to the farm and acclimatising. So it's 50-50 if they'll come to the gate for you to see you. But we're sure going to have a look. So there's their little house. And can you see them down there in the distance? I hope we're going to get it. Well, it looks like we are going to get a lot closer now in a second. Oh, we're a bit closer to them now, but I think we can get a bit closer still. If you can't tell by now, there's 3 alpacas. And they look a bit weary, to be honest, but that would be explained by them still acclimatising. And there they are in their glory. The brown one's just hiding up behind that tree by there. Can you come see me? Can I come see you? Very pretty little animals. And I never knew it. There's a lovely little pond down by here. I bet that's absolutely full of wildlife. There is a duck over by there. I don't know if you can see him. And we're just going to walk across this bridge and up through some woodland. And there's another park around here somewhere, which I'll show you when we arrive to it. We have got some log circles, and I can actually see a squirrel in the background up there, but I can barely see him with my eyes, so you're not going to see him. This is going to be an amazing little place to bring the kids, isn't it, on their school trip. A nice bit of a woodland walk. Which brings us around to another little park. Now I see that tree over there has a question mark, so it might be that that tree comes down. I can see a couple of red triangles on those trees in front, so possibly they're due to come down as well. I don't know though. It's just a little bit of a climbing park. And just up by there is another entrance or exit up onto the main field. But I'm just going to cut across that way because there's another bit of something over there I can just see through those trees, which I want to show you. It is actually beautifully wild down in this bit, and it's nice to walk, well, at least I find it's nice to walk around nature. A little bug hotel. There's a big ravine down there. Doesn't look like it's used for anything, but I think that's where the water possibly comes from to fill that pond. I could be wrong. Let's go and see what this is. And we're in, what month are we in? October in 2025 at the minute. And the ground around here is actually pretty good. And it has rained in the last few days. So it's another little bit of a hangout for the kids. It's meant to be like a beehive. Obviously it's got that beehive structure. And they've even incorporated some places for minor bees and things like that to go inside and make their little nests for their young. Now there is a little sign down the bottom by there, which is right next to that pond, and I think it's worth braving it to go and read it for you. You can actually walk around the outside by there, which I think I will actually, rather than trampling through all of the bushes. There is a way through by there as well to go back the way you came. You do have to step over or over. I'm not sure if you're actually supposed to go that way, but you can definitely see that is a path. But maybe you're not supposed to go that way anymore. So it's about the pond and all of the pond life that you can see in the pond. That's a fair bit of wildlife, most of which you're not going to see. It's pretty. So when I said it wasn't boggy, that bit is. What does this say? Great spotted woodpecker. So obviously one must frequent this area. Now I can see this is a little gate. I don't know. No. At one time you used to be able to go through there. Yeah. It's been closed. Obviously no longer allowed, but there was a little platform by there, look, where you could stand and take a peek. Okay, let's make our way back up to the main field. They have got some sheep down in this big field, but unfortunately they're up on the hill, hiding underneath the tree. So aside on this side of the farm, apart from the alpacas, which are right down the bottom, and these sheep by here, currently this bottom side is completely empty of animals. But like I said earlier, that's because they're all acclimatizing in a different area of the farm. So hopefully they'll get them out as and when they are done. Now this looks like it's going to be another shed of some description for whatever they're going to put in this field. Okay, let's make our way out. So there we go guys, that was the newly reopened Cwmbran Community Farm, or rather Greenmeadow Community Farm in Cwmbran. I think it's got a lot of potential. I think once all these spaces that you can see are full of the animals that obviously will be coming here, I think it'll be a well worth day out. A couple of play areas for the kids, the cafe, which was really nice that I did show you, the petting of the animals. I think it'll be good once they've sorted themselves out, once all the animals are acclimatized. But let me know what you thought down below, and please like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye for now.